Hi everybody, this is Eddie Fore of Central Virginia Bass Cast. I've caught up with Dean Rojas. He's down here at Greensboro show at the Bass and Boat Expo. And Dean, thanks for coming out and doing this interview with us. For 2010, I know you made the Classic and you're fixing to go down there. You kind of excited about this trip down there because it's a return trip, a lake I know you've been at before.
Yeah, it's fun, especially going to the Classic, the big show. It's something that all us pros, we all strive to get at and to perform well at. It's the biggest stage that we have to perform on, and we're going back to Lay Lake. I had a top 10 there 2 years ago,
right.
And I'm excited about going back down there. It's a shallow water power fishing type lake river system, right. And so it really fits my strength and just excited about going down there and duking it out with all the best in the world. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
There you go. You looked pretty much to have the same kind of pattern y'all had a couple years ago down there, or you think things will be a little bit different?
No, I think pretty much it's going to be the same as it was when we were there. It's just going to be a matter of getting the big bites. Obviously, if you can get a 4 or 5 pounder each day that'll anchor a 15 to 16 pound bag each day, I think you're going to have a good shot at winning. And so that's what I'm gearing up for. I'm not really in it for points because there are no points. Right. So you go down there to win, and I'm only taking down stuff that I feel that's going to catch bigger fish and put me in the winner's circle.
Did you make it down any this past winter to do any pre-fishing, looking around, or you just pretty much going with what you already know?
I did not go down in pre-practice. I'm one of those guys that really I fish better on the fly and really pay attention to current conditions and stuff and make adjustments from there. I have some time on the lake already. I kind of know where a lot of the things are at that I think are going to be able to help me out in the tournament. But we're going to have 3 days of official pre-practice,
right,
prior to all the festivities starting the week of the Classic. So with the 3 days of practice, the 1 day during the festivities, that's 4 days. And if I can't figure them out in 4 days, I don't need to be in the winner's circle. But.
All right, right after the Classic, I know that you're going to make the Western swing, and that's where you come from, and you've got a lot of experience and had a lot of success out that way. How you feel about going back out on some of your home water and this year's
how about that, huh?
Yeah. and this year's tournament schedule in 2010?
Well, going out west is coming back home again for me. I grew up fishing the California Delta and Clear Lake up there, so for me it's going to bodies of water that I'm familiar with, and I know what it takes to win there and how much weight I'm going to need and what patterns and stuff. So it's really comforting to go there, but heck, it's the first part of the year. You want to get off to a good start. You don't want to dig yourself into a hole. So, I'm just going to fish smart and conservatively, not conservatively, but efficiently, and make sure that I catch good limits each day and finish high in the standings.
Is this the year we're going to see maybe Angler of the Year come your way?
Well, of course. That is why I do all this, is to finish at number one. So, but yeah, that's obviously every goal, but you got to take one tournament at a time and really build off of each one and try and do better on the next one. So when you've done that, and I've been at a few Angler of the Year races, and it's all about consistency. It's all about staying at the top there, and it's very hard with this group of fishermen.
Well, I just see how the schedule is laid out, and it looked like it kind of fit your persona. And things ought to go your way probably.
Oh yeah, I mean we're going to California, and then we come back to one of my favorite lakes, Smith Mountain Lake in Virginia, and I've got 2 top 10s there already, and it's a great fishery. I love coming back there, and we go to Gunnersville, we go to Kentucky Lake, and Pickwick. We go to a lot of good fishing lakes that like the frogs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to getting started this season, because it's going to be a big one.
Well, bumping back on Smith Mountain Lake, that's part of what we cover. And what is it about Smith Mountain Lake that you like?
Because it reminds me a lot on the western lakes out west. There's probably 3 or 4 lakes that look almost identical to Smith Mountain, and I'm sure, like the anglers at Smith Mountain that fish all the time, you could go out west and really do well, because we have the same big clay points, the same clear water, same big stumps in the water, that you fish, and it's almost identical. And so I think that the Virginia guys could really adapt to some of the California lakes because they look identical to Smith Mountain, and and you got big largemouth in there, and I love fishing that lake. It's awesome.
There you go. I know the frog is what you're known for. What's new with any products out there that you like, your frog or whatever?
Well, aside from my frog, I have some soft plastic baits, mainly the Big Bite Fighting Frog, which is our flipping style bait, which I caught a couple of fish on at Smith Mountain last year and it worked out really well. And I have my new cane stick, which is a stick bait that's got some ribs and some grooves cut into it. And I caught my biggest bass at Smith Mountain on it last year on the first day when I had 18 pounds, and it was a 5.5 pounder. But those are the soft plastic baits that I use a lot. Big Bite's been coming around for the last couple years, and we're building some really good plastics. A lot of it's custom stuff that you can purchase, at Gander Mountain. All that stuff. Gander also has an X Factor series that's going to be under the Dean Rojas signature line, and they've got wonderful baits that'll work in anywhere, in Virginia.
We all know that Yamaha is one of your sponsors. What do you think about the new motor that's coming out, and are you going to be running that motor?
That motor's awesome. I spent 2.5 weeks at the test facility in November at the Yamaha media venture that they had introducing the motor, and really got to put a lot of miles on that motor. And that motor is something special, I tell you, because it performs and outperforms the two-strokes that are on the market right now. Overall speed, torque, whole shot, it's got it all. Fuel economy, everything is lighter, faster, better with that motor. So
all that in a 4-stroke.
All in a 4-stroke. So it's pretty easy to get excited about a motor like that, especially we've been waiting for one for a long time now, and now it's here.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for this, and wish you the best of success this year, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you again when you come back to Smith Mountain Lake. And thanks a lot.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you.